I found one better, Greg.
There you go. It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It means, thank goodness the countdown was on because I had my pants off 2 minutes ago.
Oh,
That's a different stream.
If you want to see Greg's cherries, donate to the link.
Donate to the link. You won't get that.
Aw.
Nobody wants to see that.
But yes, we are here. One hell of a Tuesday night for wrestling yesterday.
It was. I played poker.
How did that go? I saw you put out a tweet, and I forgot to respond to it.
I took fourth in the tournament.
That's pretty good still.
Yeah, it's not bad. Anyway, football is rough.
It
was very much a mixed bag for me. Obviously, with college happening on Saturday and Notre Dame falling to Louisville, which I did not think was going to happen, but
you guys beat the Ratbirds.
The Steelers did beat the Ravens. We'll get to that in a minute. I'm still mourning the loss of any possibility that Notre Dame has of winning a national title.
Just this year, you guys got a shot next year.
See, the thing is, I thought Sam Hartman was like our guy. Like the first 4 weeks of the season, he looked unstoppable. That Ohio State loss
that was bad. That was not
last
good.
Second play, I think it deflated everybody, and I think it's showing. The fact that they're playing their 4th primetime game in a row, though, this coming Saturday.
Dude, they've got a lot of primetime. Raymond, you hopped into our chat on Sunday talking hot shit about them Cowboys, and they got their asses beat.
Yeah, we'll get to the NFL. We will, trust me, we will cover the NFL because there's a lot to cover there. We'll get there, Maddie. I still believe in Marcus Freeman. I still believe that the team can do good things. But, it's been a Notre Dame tradition that head coaches in their 3rd year, as long as they're doing well, make the national championship. Because Brian Kelly did it, Lou Holtz did it, Eric Parsegan, you name it. It's just very hard. I've been a Notre Dame fan for pretty much all my life. I've been alive for a national championship, but I haven't actually seen one live with my own eyes. So
it's kind of like it. Well, I got to see the Broncos win in 2015, but up until that point, both of the Super Bowls that happened, I was literally not even born yet, or I was a year old.
Yeah. I mean, in your lifetime, you've also got to see the Avalanche win the Cup. You got to see the Nuggets win the NBA championship.
Come on, Rockies.
Are they in it?
They had their first 100 loss season.
Oh, so they weren't even close.
No, it was a bad year for Rockies fans.
Let me put it this way: I barely paid attention to baseball this year.
Well, to be fair, after I lost all my bets leading into the second month of the season, I was like, no, I don't think I will.
I don't even know how the Yankees finished. That's how little I know they finished.
You were down with my Red Sox.
Yeah, they finished ahead of Boston, which quite frankly is the only win they got this season.
Yeah, you guys barely finished ahead of the Red Sox. We were both, you were the cellar keeper, I was the cellar sleeper.
You were the cellar dweller.
Yeah, cellar dweller. That was better.
Yeah, it was a rough season for baseball and college. Hopefully, I hope they beat the brakes off of USC, but I don't see it happening.
Good luck. USC beat the shit out of CU for the first two quarters, and then somehow let their foot off the throat.
USC's defense is very, very suspect. And it has been all season. They had to take, or Arizona, the University of Arizona, took them to overtime. I don't know if it was 3 overtimes or what it was, but it was just insane. But yeah, I'm hoping that Notre Dame's offense takes advantage of how bad USC's defense is and comes away with a win. And like in a season that's already full of disappointment, I would take that away as a win, and then maybe a New Year's Six bowl or something. I don't want to see another 4-loss season. After living through the Brian Kelly era and seeing a 4-8 season, I never want to live that again.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they at the very worst they'll go 5-7, but I feel like they're a good enough team that they'll at least make a bowl game.
I think CU's firmly out of any contention for that now because we've shown all the cracks in CU at this point.
Yeah, well, I mean, after you got blown out by Oregon and you lost USC, your title hopes are done.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if we finish in the top 10, honestly.
You'd have to win out in order.
Yeah, we really would.
Same with the Irish, which is again very frustrating because up until last week they were top 10. But anyway, let's talk the NFL, which now I shift the pain to you.
Broncos play tomorrow.
You lost to the Jets.
Jets. My life is hell. I am so pissed off about that. We play the Chiefs tomorrow, Gregory. I am not
we will
looking
get
forward
to what
that.
you told me before this show started in a minute. Because I am concerned. I am concerned.
You shouldn't be. I'm fine.
It's not the fact. Listen, the fact that you plan on injuring yourself. Yeah, well, I brought it up. So you want to tell them what your bet is for tomorrow's game?
So I said at the beginning of the season, one of the only chances we had to beat the Chiefs was on a short week. This is that short week. We play the Chiefs this Thursday, and I have told the Raw Ball Podcast brothers that I will make a wager. If the Chiefs beat the Broncos, which they're heavily favored to do anyway, on Sunday's Raw Ball Podcast stream during the football games, I'm going to take the John Moxley spot because it will probably feel much better than watching my actual fucking team play. And to those who don't know, these are kebab skewers. They will be firmly planted right here and jabbed into my head. I have taken this at least twice before, and no, it doesn't feel good. So, come on, Denver. Don't fail me now.
I think I would rather do a completely naked stream than take skewers to the head.
It says here, they're ideal for barbecuing vegetables and meat. I have both.
Oh, for crying out loud. I mean, I guess there's worse place you could jab them in, but
yeah, but it doesn't get the effect of the hanging.
Between you wanting to do that and concuss yourself with the eggs next week, you realize we don't have insurance on this show. Right?
Oh, I understand that. That's why this is going to happen on my channel.
Like if we would have won the Powerball, which I'll
double check
that we didn't. If we won the Powerball and like we had the money to pay you, then absolutely like, oh well, it draws tonight. So
the worst thing that will happen from this, and I'm not talking the eggs because I've had shit thrown at my head before. The kebab skewers. The only thing that I'm genuinely worried about is if some of them snap off in there and Devin's got to take like pliers or like tweezers to get some wood out of my forehead. Other than that, I'm fine.
This already seems like a bad idea if you're coming up with ways to avoid catastrophe.
I have taken a back bump into broken glass. That is the worst idea I've done before.
Are you trying to go after like the superhuman guy? This is the juggalos and juggalettes. Are you trying to do that?
You know what? Get me in the same room with him, and I can guarantee it would be a fun time.
Listen, if we win the Powerball, I'm getting a studio out here, and you and Jeff are coming along.
Fuck yeah.
Assuming you want a paid gig doing the show.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Because it'd be a full-time job at that point. And then we can do stupid stuff on our show.
I will say I did do a tester with 2 skewers earlier, and yeah, it felt exactly as I remembered. So I sincerely hope that Denver beats Kansas City tomorrow.
You've done that before?
What? The skewer spot?
Yes.
Yeah. No, this will be number 3. I've done some stupid shit, Greg.
I have no words.
I'm
telling you what, like, I understand that like deathmatch wrestling is becoming like more popular in America, and I'm telling you right now, it's something I would never do because I'm a bitch. I'll admit it. Like I straight up wouldn't do it. Like a hardcore match is one thing, but like
actual
you get into
deathmatch shit.
Like if you get into like stabbing me or cutting me with stuff, it's like nope, not fun anymore.
Light tubes? No. Would you take a light tube over the head?
I would compromise and take one to the back. That might be the extent.
Okay. They break really easy, so you're
yeah, because
it's a light tube.
Yeah, it's that would be one of those things. It's like, hey, I'll take a light tube to the back. Give me $2,000 to do it.
I'd do it for a bag of chips and a handshake.
GCW, there you go. You can book somebody else.
Throw me an Art of War games. I promise you.
Just don't enter yourself into the tournament of death, please. And see.
I'm not gonna lie, Greg. Growing up watching wrestling, I got into deathmatch wrestling very early. And
did you
Tournament of Death is actually on my bucket list. That's one of the things I've wanted to do for years.
Did you ever watch the Vice documentary on the Tournament of Death?
Yeah, and how fucked up it is. Dude, they're wrestling out in a fucking field in Delaware.
Yeah.
There's nothing safe about bleeding in open air like that and landing on a dirt fucking field.
No.
But it sounds fun to me.
To each their own, I guess. Anyway, back to the NFL.
Back to football. While we're here.
Football, which, believe it or not, this conversation spawned off of talk about a bet over football. The Broncos Sunday lost to the New York Jets, which was very confusing. They didn't get beat. Jeff is probably glad he's not here to talk about how the 49ers beat down his Cowboys on Sunday.
Dude, it was expected. It was so expected. We looked at the schedule for the 49ers going into for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
I said that they have a possibility of losing 2 games. With the way they're playing, if the 49ers don't slow down and don't take any severe injuries, that team could either go with 1 loss or 2 losses. They might even go undefeated.
I find it hard to believe that anybody could stop the 49ers right now. I feel like they're juggernauts. I feel like the Eagles, the other undefeated team in the NFL, they do have some weaknesses. Like, they can be beat. They haven't been yet, but they could be. And it's way too early to tell. It's only week 5. But somebody put up a post that said, if the season ended today, that the Steelers would be the 3rd seed in the AFC. I looked at that. I was like, what?
That's how weird your division is, Greg.
It is so weird. It's so weird.
And I have to deal with it because my little brother, Devin, he's a Ravens fan. So whenever y'all lost to Pittsburgh, I had money on, or whenever y'all beat Baltimore, I had money on Baltimore for that game. I was so upset. I looked at him and I was like, "You guys really fucked that one up, didn't you?"
Here's the thing.
And Matt Canada did not look happy about Kenny Pickett's audible.
No. Which the Fire Canada chants are even. They happen all throughout Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they're taking over Penn's games.
Yeah, at a Penguins game, they're chanting Fire Canada, which you would think at hockey means like, oh, we hate the whole country of Canada.
Yeah,
no,
no.
it's Fire Matt Canada of the Steelers in freaking PPG, or is it PPG paint still?
I have no idea what any of. All I know is that the Nuggets and the Avs play in the same building, which is now Ball Center. Why couldn't it have just stayed Pepsi? Why couldn't we have paid Pepsi?
I don't know. I think it's still PPG Paints Arena. I don't know.
The Acrisure rink.
I still hate the name of the Steelers Stadium. NFL still calls it Heinz Field. It's like
because it's been Heinz Field for what? Since it got built?
Yeah, since it got built, like back in 2000, 2001, like it's been called Heinz Field, and since they just changed the name last year, like
the ketchup bottles did get taken down, though, right?
Yeah, the ketchup bottles got taken down. I think there's still like a Heinz section that you can enter the building in, so there's still like some form of it there, but Heinz ketchup is way more of a Pittsburgh thing than Acrisure Insurance out of Michigan is. So I don't know. That will forever be one of my biggest complaints. It's like if you want something like homey in Pittsburgh, you should have just called it Sheet Stadium.
Yeah, dude. No, I think Sheet Stadium would have been more true to Pennsylvania, more true to Pittsburgh.
And granted, like Sheets was created in the middle of the state, so it's not exactly like an entire state thing because Wawa is a Philadelphia thing, Sheets is a Pittsburgh thing. I mean, there's Sheets and Wawas throughout the East Coast, but yeah, I would have preferred that over Acrisure for sure. But yeah, the Steelers beat the Ravens. And I'm just confused. I'm honestly just confused at everything that transpired on Sunday. The defense played incredibly. They were completely. I think they gave up. Yeah, they only gave up the touchdown and the field goal, and had important turnovers, and that's what got them the win. The Steelers' offense is still garbage. It's still so bad. I feel like Kenny Pickett at this point is due for one good pass a game for a touchdown, and that's it. Like,
yeah, one good pass for a touchdown, and maybe one good drive.
Yeah.
Because I looked at Devin during the game, I was like, you guys are ahead right now. This is going to be one of those games where Kenny Pickett, for no reason, has that great drive that makes you guys look like shit. And lo and behold, and with a lot of help from the receiving corps from Baltimore not being able to catch a cold.
Yeah. Somebody on TikTok posted that the Ravens couldn't catch COVID in 2020.
And they caught a lot.
It was something I saw, and then Jared Bailey posted, and it just popped me. It was so great. But I'm telling you what, the Steelers better put this bye week to use because they cannot function as a team with an offense this bad. You may be able to get through the regular season.
Bro, what happened to Najee? What happened to Najee? He's regressed so badly.
They don't have an offensive line. They don't have a good.
Well, yeah. When your three plays are in order, a slant, a go, and a halfback dive, with an occasional screen pass, it's not that good.
I feel like Matt Canada's version of Madden was just frozen on one screen, and he thought that that's all the plays he could choose from.
Yeah, he's the little brother that doesn't know you can go up and down to see other plays.
Exactly, and that's what he runs, and then he's confused why people know what he's going to call. It's like, that's because you run 3 freaking plays.
He himself is making Kenny Pickett look like shit because Kenny Pickett called an audible and won y'all a game. So clearly the kid's got some brains and has some talent. It's just Matt Canada's play calling is such dog shit.
Yeah.
It's just like out in Denver. What the fuck is going on with our defense? We had a top 5 defense last season. That's why we had so many close games and so many, shitty scores, because we had a defense that was stopping teams. This defense looks like a wet paper bag.
And not even a full one.
No, the wind is blowing through it. Damn it!
I feel bad for you because Russell Wilson's actually far better than he was last year.
Dude, he looked so good.
Well, not this last week, because at one point he was 11 of 17 for fucking 68 yards.
In comparison to last year, though, last year he looked like he was like walking out of a car crash ward trying to throw.
It was, yeah. Dude, our offensive line is shit. Our defense looks like shit. The only person that looks good out there is Pat Surtain because Justin Simmons is hurt. And our offense can't move the ball. Like, Russ can throw it as far as he wants and hit people occasionally. But if our running game and shit can't get shit moved forward, we're in the same position that you are on offense.
Here's the thing. The Steelers only have 5 offensive touchdowns on the season.
Don't you have more defensive touchdowns?
No.
Okay.
I think we only have the 2 defensive touchdowns in the game against the Browns.
I can take a look for that real quick.
We do have a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, Steelers defense, the Iron Curtain is still fucking intact.
Yeah. TJ Watt is back to full form after last year.
Dude, did you see people getting pissed off at him thinking he intentionally punched someone?
He intentionally punched someone?
Okay, so there was a reception that was going on during that game. Receiver bobbled the ball, and TJ was going to punch the ball out of the receiver's hands.
Yeah.
Just the ball dropped, and fucking he caught dude in the shoulder pad. People were calling him a dirty player. By the way, TJ Watt, absolute dog, tearing fucking ligaments and shit and dislocating his finger.
And still coming up with a game-winning sack.
Dude is a monster. Just like his brother.
I think he's
better than JJ.
Genetics, man.
I think he's better than JJ.
He may be better than JJ. Like, JJ was great. Don't get me wrong. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
JJ's a Hall of Famer, but I think TJ might genuinely be that much better. And JJ said it himself that TJ's the best player he's ever watched.
Mm-hmm. And I'm very thankful we drafted him.
I'm glad you guys drafted him. I just wish we had Darnell.
We drafted him. We got him to sign an extension. Like, it's good to be. I want to get him a ring though. Like that guy. That is a guy.
He deserves one with how hard he plays.
He does, man. Like, and it's not just TJ. Like Alex Highsmith is good.
But no, it shows that it is very much almost TJ, because without TJ Watt, you guys lose way more often than not.
Yeah. Without TJ Watt, we look like the Giants do right now.
Speaking of, Giants looked like dog shit. Daniel Jones fucked up his neck.
Well, Daniel Jones is the most overpaid player in probably football history.
That'd be hard to argue, yeah.
And this Sunday night, the Giants play the Bills.
The defense out in New York is also an issue. Buffalo's gonna eat, aren't they?
I am very thankful I have Josh Allen on my fantasy roster at this point.
You know who I have as my fantasy quarterback, and this is gonna fucking kill me?
What's
It's
that?
Patrick Mahomes. And I have to watch him beat the Broncos tomorrow.
Division games are weird though. Like
Exactly.
I
hell-
almost put
Russell
money-
Wilson took the Chiefs to their two most, their toughest games last season,
Yeah.
minus for some reason Houston. But yeah, no. Kansas City versus Denver is always a good game. If Russell didn't get concussed in the last game that they played, Denver might have won that game.
Yeah, so the Steelers are on bye this week, so that's nice. And also, I think the timing of the draw next week is perfect because it's like, hey, I don't have to talk about Steelers football, and if USC blows out Notre Dame, I'm not going to talk about that. So, if our placement of that show could not come at a better time.
I will let you know if I do have to take these just for shits and grins. I do have one of those comically large bandages that Triple H used to wear back in the day. I'll just wear one of those for luck of the draw.
Oh boy,
Sunday's going to be fun.
I hope for your sake that the Broncos win by a field goal or something.
Dude, I hope that we win by a pick six interception because that would just make my heart sing.
That was a heck of a throw by Mahomes there.
Dude, I wouldn't even be sad if I lost fantasy because Mahomes took a shit this week.
Or what you can hope for is a shootout. You get the fantasy points and then they still lose.
Yeah, that'd be good too. Make Russell look good. And then because I will also point out Kansas City is a really decent defense, solid offensive line. Yeah. But it's Patrick Mahomes and 5 grocery baggers as his receiving core. And Travis Kelce.
Yeah, you can't
forget Kelce, but yeah, no, it's literally Kelce, Mahomes, and a bunch of grocery workers.
You could probably put Taylor Swift in a jersey, and as long as she could catch, you'd have a Kansas City receiver.
Yeah. Oh dear God, Taylor Swift's gonna be at the game, isn't she?
Yep. So half the game you're gonna be watching her celebrating. Please don't put the skewers in your eyes.
No, skewers are right here. They're put away.
No, I meant tomorrow.
Oh no. I won't. No self mutilation. Devin can take me out.
Oh my gosh.
And the funny thing is Devin might be one of the only people that I trust to do that to me.
You might have to help him with a placement because once.
Oh, no. He knows what he's doing.
Okay.
It's just gonna hurt.
Well, no shit.
What's funny is I'm completely sober for this show, so that's weird for me.
I mean, you can be completely sober for next week too. Let's talk about that because
let's build up the show.
Jeff isn't here to be sour about his Cowboys, which I was really.
Josh isn't even here to talk Browns.
No, Josh isn't. Well, the Browns were on bye, so there's nothing to talk about. Which that's a super early bye for a team.
Mm-hmm.
I know buys go from week 5 to week 13, but
it always feels so soon.
I never like to see buys that early in the season. I feel like the ideal week to have a bye would be week 10 or 11.
I was about to say week 10 for me all the time because get them that momentum built and then give them a week off. Let them recuperate because if they are a playoff team, they're gonna need it.
Yeah, because I feel like having such an early bye, you don't unless you get the number 1 seed, you're not going to get any rest.
No, not by any stretch of the imagination.
Which I guess in some ways that could be a good thing because if you rest too much, you're not prepared for.
That's kind of why I really like, and my co-host doesn't like it, but I love wild cards. I really wish wild cards won the Super Bowl more.
Yeah, I mean, I was very happy watching the Steelers be the first 6 seed to win the Super Bowl back in 2006. But I guess I'm just happy I get to talk about Super Bowl wins that I've actually watched live. I've watched 2 of them. Very happy about that. I've also watched 2 losses, so you can't win them all. Because I'm sure you don't want to talk about the Super Bowl you guys played against Seattle. So,
Dude, I talked so much shit because that was my first year out here. Like my first full year out here, I got to watch that. And boy, howdy.
that game went off the rails from the very first snap.
And
Because that was when
that was a veteran center too. So it just had like the nerves were so high and wow, no, they made Peyton look like dog shit. And then the next 2 seasons, he looked worse and he still won a Super Bowl.
that Super Bowl was all the Broncos defense. Like that was
Yeah,
Von
it
Miller.
was. Versus the very high potency fucking Carolina Panthers of that year.
Yeah.
Because they handed all of their championship games their asses.
Yeah. Cam Newton in that game was very disappointing because he fumbled the ball and then didn't go after it. I think that's when pretty much the entire NFL was like,
Yeah, what
if
the
you're
hell
not going to
happened there?
try in the championship game,
And it's still the biggest Super Bowl that's happened. Super Bowl 50. It's the biggest milestone Super Bowl that we've had this far.
Yeah.
So to not try on NFL's golden game is baffling.
it is. I'm still biased. It's not the best game, Super Bowl 50. I
No.
still think that the greatest Super Bowl actual gameplay was Super Bowl 43. I know I'm biased.
That was
Steelers.
the Steelers. Yeah.
So yes, there's very much bias showing towards that. You could argue one of the Giants Patriots Super Bowls was.
Oh, those games were always good.
Those were fun, especially because Brady lost them both.
I liked the Eagles Patriots where they just kept scoring and scoring.
I will admit, I did not watch that Super Bowl or the Super Bowl with the Patriots and the Rams.
Good. You are very good to not watch that Super Bowl ever. It is horrible.
I followed along with the game. I was like, nobody scored a touchdown in 3 quarters. This is absurd. I made it a point. It was like, if the Patriots are in the Super Bowl again, I'm not watching it. Like, I can't deal with watching the Patriots in the Super Bowl every other freaking year. I couldn't do it.
And since we're talking Patriots Super Bowls, sorry, Falcons fans. That I still can't believe that. I got very, very lit that night. I passed out at halftime. I woke up and the Patriots had won from a 28-3 deficit.
How do you give up 25 points?
Unanswered.
Yeah.
Unanswered.
I mean, technically, I guess they gave up 31 unanswered because.
Yeah, the Falcons didn't score after that quarter, I don't think.
Yeah. Like, I feel like the Patriots lucked into a bunch of their Super Bowl wins. Like the one against the Seahawks, that was just stupid.
You should have handed it to Marshawn.
Everybody says that.
Even a quarterback sneak with Russ would have been a better idea than out route.
Yeah. You have the best running back in the league and you throw a pass.
On the goal line when you're only down by a touchdown.
And I think they still had a timeout at the time. So it's like, if you don't get it here, you can call a timeout or like spike it. I think it was like a second down play. Like, what are you doing? You don't have to go with the pass right now. I'm trying to think of any game that the Patriots dominated in their Super Bowl wins. Because they won, I think, on field goals like their first 3.
I think so because of it was Vinatieri at the time, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Patriots Super Bowl wins. All right. So in reverse chronological, it is 20-17. They beat Los Angeles. 32-29. They beat Carolina. 24-21. They beat the Eagles. 28-24, they beat the Seahawks. 34-28, they beat the Falcons. 13-3, they beat the Rams. So there's only one game that had a 10-point differential between them.
Yeah. So the Patriots weren't exactly dominant in any of the wins. Brady's only dominant Super Bowl win was as a member of the Bucs. That was it.
Yeah.
Because they whooped on the Chiefs.
Well, they beat the shit out of them, and that made me so happy.
It still annoys me that the first team to play the Super Bowl in their home stadium, of course it was Brady. Of course it had to be.
It had to be Brady.
It was just like, man, like I know that Pittsburgh hasn't even gotten a Super Bowl.
I don't think Denver's ever getting a Super Bowl unless we build a new stadium. I think that's the fucking point. If you build a new stadium, you get a Super Bowl because Minnesota's getting one either this year or next, right?
Yeah. I'm still mad that Super Bowl 57 was not played in Heinz Field because of Heinz 57. Like I'm mad about that. Which it would have been this past year's.
Yeah.
Maybe one day. I still think that if you're going to use the Pro Bowl for anything, the Pro Bowl should determine which conference gets the Super Bowl the following year.
Yeah, I like that. Because that would mean the Pro Bowl would make sense and it would have a point.
Yeah, but
other than a glorified All-Star game.
You might as well play the Pro Bowl on Madden. It has as much point.
Yeah, no, I'm still just waiting on a Denver PLE or fucking pay-per-view, man. We haven't had one since 2003.
Jeez. Was that Vengeance?
Vengeance. Yep, in July. It has been 20 years. Tony, Paul, come on, you cowards.
Well, I mean, Will Washington's there now, so, like, he should be able to convince AEW to maybe do, like, Revolution or something out there.
Buddy, if we got Revolution out here, I'm shilling out tickets for floor seats.
Good luck. I'd like to see a pay-per-view come to Pittsburgh, too. I feel like Pittsburgh's kind of been skipped over with AEW lately.
Not just AEW. Fucking... Oh, no, you guys got the last pay-per-view, not Fastlane, but the one before.
Yeah, we got Payback.
But like a big event, because you guys have the stadium to do a stadium show.
We do. Like, I would like to see Acrisure get SummerSlam.
Yeah, I heard Pennsylvania in summer is fucking gorgeous.
It is. It's hot and humid, but, you know.
But
August night, it might be, like, a little bit chilly, but...
You know, AEW and WWE could easily do Ball Center because that's where fucking Taylor Swift was. She was there and she was at the Denver Stadium. So, you know, we've got two things, but I genuinely agree that they shouldn't do an outdoor stadium show at Mile High because that is very dangerous to people who are not used to that.
Yeah. I feel like they've made the decision to do the Rumble, WrestleMania, and SummerSlam in big, like, stadiums. Like, that's the way they've been doing it the last few years. 2020 and 2021 aside, obviously. But, yeah, I think I would like to see that because if they're running shows like the Rumble and stadiums, like, Pittsburgh's never going to get one because nobody wants the snow Rumble because that's basically what.
What's up, Tornado Tony? Also, what up to everybody else in the chat? Daniel Mullinex, Ray Williams, Nathan Banks. They're all here.
Ray McLeod. Oh,
Ray McLeod.
Former Pittsburgh Steeler, Ray. Mm-hmm. That'd be cool if he was in the chat. Of course, I probably wouldn't talk too highly of him because he was only. But Daniel, yes, the Detroit Lions are in first place in their division. I would not mind.
They are my Super Bowl pick for the NFC. They're the team to beat the 49ers.
I would not mind whatsoever if the Lions represent the NFC in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I would-
those are my two.
As long as it's not the Steelers on the other side, I would root for the Lions in the Super Bowl. I would.
Because the Lions have been cursed for how long now?
The Lions, I don't think have won a playoff game since like 1990. I may be wrong on that.
Yeah, they haven't won a playoff game since then, but they've never sniffed the Super Bowl.
No, they've never been.
They're one of the-
Kind of like Cleveland. But Cleveland's fun to laugh at because of that.
Yeah, even Carolina with Jake fucking Delhomme made a Super Bowl, guys. And Cam Newton, but that was an anomaly season.
Okay, so 1991. What did I say? 1990?
You said 1990.
Okay, so I was close.
1 year off.
I must have been thinking the Bengals were 1990, but they've, obviously won playoff games in the last couple of years. The Lions haven't won a playoff game in 32 years. So,
Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
I mean, I'm sure Pirates fans are like, big deal. I mean, they're probably about the same level of pathetic.
The Pirates fans?
Yeah. Well, not the fans themselves, but like the organization. Gotta be careful with that. My wife's a Pirates fan. Yeah, we covered the 49ers laying the smackdown on the Dallas Cowboys.
And Tony, that is the exact reason why I have the Lions going to the Super Bowl, because they might be the only team to beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Or the Bengals.
Dude, the Bengals are bottom of the North right now.
And they were last year as well. And the year before that, they have a tendency of starting off really shitty and fucking winning a lot in the next like 10 games.
Well, I hope they continue to play really shitty.
I like Joe Burrow. I know he's in your division, but man, seeing him play any less than what he did the year before was depressing.
Listen, just because I have friends that are Bengals fans doesn't mean I want to see them win.
Just like me with the Raiders and Chiefs. I haven't met a Chargers fan. I feel like that's a coincidence.
Poor Chargers. I don't remember the last time the Chargers were even in the Super Bowl. That's been a long time.
Dan Fouts, I think, back in the 70s. Because they didn't make it with Lundanian.
The Chargers appeared in one Super Bowl in 1995.
90s. Wow, Dan Fouts was in the 90s. That's my bad.
Yeah, so it was the year before. So it would have been Super Bowl 29 then.
They lost, though, yeah? They don't have a Super Bowl win?
I don't think so. No, because they got blown out by the 49ers.
Still the only team in our division to not win a Super Bowl. Now, I do see what you're saying there, Tony, that the Eagles are still undefeated.
They are.
They're going to lose. They're going to start showing their cracks. And their cracks are mostly on their defense.
Mm-hmm. Which is good for me because, I got A.J. Brown and Dallas Goedert on my fantasy team. So.
The only reason I say that, though, is because they've got a lot of young talent on that defense. They are essentially the Philly Georgia Bull Eagles out there. And they just need to build that defensive core to their peak. They're almost there. But until then, they still make very rookie, very amateur mistakes in the NFL.
Yeah. All right. Well, we are 45 minutes in. We have a show to plug for next week.
Yes, we do. Let's talk about that.
We are going to talk about that. And I'm going to put the graphic up ever so briefly. Because next week's show is going to be among the most unhinged shows that we've ever done. And you see the four contestants there. It's myself, it's Jeff, it's Maddie, and of course, our wonderful friend Daisy Ruth. will be on the show as well because she's amazing. And I kind of threw it out there to her, like not expecting her to want to do it. And
She seems very adamant about this. She seems excited.
She showed the picture like in our little group chat of the chocolate syrup that she bought for the show.
Yes, she did.
She's all in for this.
I don't even have my ostrich eggs, damn it.
Don't get ostrich eggs. First
I
of
don't
all,
even know where to find them, to be honest.
they're also super expensive. Like, don't go all out for
Just to break them.
yeah, just to break them. And here's the thing: like, if you do really well in the game, you might not even break them.
That's no fun.
Yeah, if you do really well in the game, you won't like you can do it anyway. Like if you win, like that's completely your call. But
Okay, so since you did bring it up, for the people here, because I feel like there's some viewers here that don't know what Luck of the Draw is, explain what the game is.
okay, so to put it very simply, and I'm sure I'll put a rules video together or just pull one from a previous episode to explain what the rules are. Essentially, the game is played similar to Texas Hold'em Poker, except there's no betting involved. I will lay out a pair of cards for each person to select from. We'll determine an order before the game of who gets to choose first, and we go around. Basically, whoever has the worst hand out of everybody receives one of the punishments. And as I've mentioned before, the punishments are you get water dumped over your head, you get eggs smashed on your head for the second punishment, and for the last one, you get an entire bottle of chocolate syrup dumped over your head. And that eliminates you from the game. So it's kind of like 3 strikes you're out.
Yeah.
Makes sense, but way messier.
And that's why I'm doing it in my shower.
That's why I am too. And
Now,
I'm putting a trash bag down because we have
no, Greg, if you get a chance, I mean, you already have a trash bag, but go to Walmart and they've got like little PVC liners that you put like on the inside of your shower curtain. I'm getting like 2 of those to put down on the lining and to put like on the back wall, so that way I don't splatter everywhere. It only costs like $1.90.
I'm more worried about the jets in the tub. I want to make sure those are covered.
Oh shit! You got a nice bathtub.
Yeah. If you're ever out this way, you can see it.
I want to do a road trip one of these days.
There you go. Well, hey, if I win the lottery, we'll move you out here. Because this will be your job.
Making money doing what I want to do.
Exactly. So yeah, if anybody has any questions about Luck of the Draw, throw them in the chat, please. Because I and Maddie, you can throw them out too, because you've never played, obviously.
No, so I feel like one question would be: does every contestant need their own deck of cards as well, or no?
No. I will supply the deck of cards. Considering I'm the most familiar with the game, I will play it, and I play it completely fairly. Like I have won a game of Luck of the Draw, and I've also lost one very badly. So I play it completely across the board. I'm not biased. Like I'm not scared of getting messy, obviously.
Neither am I, clearly.
Yeah, the Powerball is up to almost $2 billion.
$2 billion. So by the time you actually get it, it's like what, 750 million or 850 million, something like that.
Yeah, but even after that, it's like, okay.
Yeah, you're still a multi-millionaire.
Yeah. So I did buy a ticket. So if we hit and the 3 of us are in the studio next year, you'll know why.
That'd be fucking nice.
Yeah.
Go the Pat McAfee route and buy an old church.
I could. Just like some soundstage that we hook up like really nice internet to do. Luck of the Draw should be on an episode of Open Mic Night when JJ and Jeff do Open Mic Night game night. Here's the thing: Jeff is going to be on
for this Luck of the Draw.
Yeah, he's going to be on to do that. The
Do you
reason
want
I
to shoot a message to JJ? See if he wants to join.
at this point, I wouldn't worry about it. But yeah, this is really, I really want to do this on my show as a test run to see if it's even like visually appealing in this format. Because I've never done an online version of this game. I'm excited for the possibility. Are you showing us your? There you go.
It would look a little. No, I got my wireless earbuds that I can wear during the show. They're also waterproof up to like 10 feet or some shit like that.
But are they syrup proof? That's the question.
I've rescued worse earbuds.
Okay. But yeah, it's really just a test because I would love for this. This honestly, luck of the draw, hosting that show is really my dream as far as the entertainment industry goes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I believe in this game. I've been playing this game for almost 15 years now. So it's definitely something that I want to do. And I hope you guys tell everybody about it because it's not going to be a wrestling stream next week. It's not going to be a football stream next week. It's going to be strictly the game. And once the game's over and we BS a little bit, we're all going to have to take showers.
And that's yeah, no. I've got my my pink shorts for that show. So we'll all be good. Y'all gonna have to deal with Matty Birdie legs for that show.
It's going to be, like I said, it's going to be unhinged next week. It's going to be crazy. I really hope that everybody is here for that.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell people with much more of a following than I have to tune into that show.
I'm going to tag everybody because they should totally tune in to see us do the dumbest of shit just for our fun entertainment because we're all down for this. I'm so excited to do this.
I'm excited for it too. I really hope that, and I apologize for the chat in advance for next week because odds are I'm not going to be able to check it. I definitely won't be able to check super chats next week. So if you do send them, I'm going to delay any wheel spins and whatever till the week after.
I mean, I can totally have my comment section up and I'll read it as I have shit thrown at me.
It's going to be an interesting one for sure. I will probably put in the chat, like, everybody needs to get there, like, 15, 20 minutes early before the show so that I can go over how the game works.
Yeah. And Wednesday is my day off. By the way, picked up an extra day. I work 6 days a week now.
Oh, jeez.
That's the little, yeah.
But at least the day off that you have is for the show.
It's for luck of the draw, and I'm so excited.
There you go.
Also, the cat likes me now.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it took 1 week, but she opened up to me and Alora, and very cute cat.
Awesome.
God, my football team sucks. You want to do weird state laws?
Yeah, we can throw up some weird state laws.
You said you wanted to go. You said you wanted to go a little longer tonight, so let's just do some weird state laws.
Yeah, we'll do some weird state laws. I don't know how much longer we'll go. But,
oh yeah, I gotta start thawing out this beef.
All right, what weird state law are we going to do tonight?
Come on.
All right, it's going to
Colorado.
No, it's not Colorado. In fact, Colorado's on the other side of the wheel. It's the state of Mississippi.
Uh-oh.
So we're going to have some Mississippi state laws here in just a second. Any predictions? You like to make predictions for what laws
The
we're going to...
somewhere in the state of Mississippi there has to be a law about catfish. There has to be one catfish-related law.
All right. Well, let's see if that's.
I'm normally wrong with these predictions, but I know states for what they are.
I think you got one a few weeks ago, didn't you?
I think I did, actually.
Yeah. All right. In Mississippi, no one may bribe any athlete to rig a game, match, tournament, etc.
I feel like that's illegal everywhere.
You would think, but it hasn't been said in any states so far.
I feel like rigging or cheating falls under some law because some teams have been put through the courts because of that.
Is this why professional wrestling doesn't run in Mississippi a ton?
I think so.
Interesting. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm sure they have run shows in Mississippi, but also
Didn't we do Iowa the other week?
Did we do Iowa?
I feel like we already did Iowa.
No, it's still on the wheel. If we did, we'll do it again.
We'll do it again because it's fun. And it's our show, damn it. It's Greg's show, damn it.
Yeah. Why not? Next up, also in Mississippi. A man may not seduce a woman by lying and claiming he will marry her.
That's very oddly specific. So, like, holy shit, Greg, no catfishing. I did it.
I mean, in a roundabout way, yeah.
I did it. Let's go.
Yeah, like it's kind of a backdoor way to get there, but yeah, it works.
Oh, fuck me.
Speaking of, adultery or fornication results in a fine of $500 and or 6 months in prison.
Results in a fine and up to?
No, either a fine and or 6 months.
Oh,
in prison.
and or, okay. I was about to say they're fining you and throwing your ass in prison for 6 years.
I mean, there is an and in
and
there,
or, yeah.
possible.
Damn. Okay.
It is illegal for a male to be sexually aroused in public. This is not limited to Mississippi. We've had this.
We've had this one before. Yeah, I was about to say we had this one. I think this was 2 weeks ago too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Ridgeland, Mississippi, exterior burglar bars which are viewable from the street are not allowed.
Exterior what?
Burglar bars. I don't. What is that?
Maddie is going to Google. What is an exterior burglar bar?
According to the Home Security Superstore, burglar bars are relatively thin metal beams that fit either vertically or horizontally over your window to prevent someone from getting in.
Ah.
You can't protect your windows? I'm sorry. I've grown up in some very sketchy fucking neighborhoods, and without those, some people would have getting broken into every fucking night.
Well, maybe you can put them. Well, no, putting them inside your window wouldn't do you any good.
Yeah, because they could just slide through them.
Well, no, like you wouldn't be able to open your window. Then.
Yeah. Well, that too.
Weird. Yeah, that
is weird.
like a backwards law.
That is a weird one.
Right. In Truro, Mississippi, a would-be groom must prove himself manly prior to marriage by hunting and killing 6 blackbirds or 3 cows.
Cows?
Yeah.
I can understand, like, hey, if you can kill 6 of those birds, I don't even understand that as a whole law, but what the fuck the cow's gonna do?
Yeah, I feel like
They're just gonna
hunting
stand
cows
there.
were- yeah, like how does that prove himself manly? It's like, oh, you're shooting something that's not going to move. Okay. I don't see you
That
exactly
is-
slaughtering it and like cooking steaks from it. You know,
Why do you gotta
That
prove
was
yourself
dumb.
manly to be married?
I don't know. Apparently, in Mississippi, it's a thing. Well, at least in
Damn.
True. In Tylertown, Mississippi, it is unlawful to shave in the center of Main Street.
Another oddly specific one. Who did this?
Why would you want to?
No, I guess back to Google. What was it? One more time.
It is unlawful to shave in the center of Main Street in Tylertown, Mississippi.
Who shaved in Tylertown, Mississippi on Main Street?
Oh. These are definitely weird laws. They're living up to the name.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, it's unlawful. Who did this? Was there just like an entire group of men just shaving on Main Street, and a lawmaker was like, no, can't have this.
Is that, like, there are cars driving. Why are you, like, find a mirror somewhere? Unless, like, there was traffic stopped and, like, he just, like, looked over. It's like, I need to find a mirror. Not that I've ever made that noise while shaving, but, you know, that's my point. Like,
Yeah, bro, that is that's just a weird one and
Yeah.
so oddly specific.
Yeah.
Not on Main Street. You can go 2 streets down.
also in Mississippi, the whole state, cattle rustling is punishable by hanging. Wow. Okay. That got heavy quick.
So they still just out there hanging people.
Okay. This one just seems like government overreach right here. Vagrancy is punishable by either 30 days in prison or a $250 fine.
Vagrancy. What is
Vagrancy.
vagrancy?
You know what that is?
I do not, because that's a big word.
It's basically somebody that's homeless.
You can't.
It's like you're punished for being homeless and not having a job by going to prison or paying money that you don't have.
I'm just gonna leave that one in the back pocket.
That one's stupid.
Oh my god.
Why would you charge them? You're not gonna get it. What a waste of time.
Oh my god.
Now, if they're not paying their bills, like if they live in a house and they're not paying their bills, that's one thing.
Yeah, but
You can't expect a guy living in a cardboard box to be like, "Oh yeah, I just do this for fun," and then whip out like $100 bills and
Yeah, there are cases of people panhandling and shit like that and not actually being homeless. I've seen it before. But a large portion of the people that you do see on the streets and shit like that, they are. That is disgusting from so many levels. That's kind of worse than the hanging.
1 second, I got to clear my nose out. I'm stuffy.
No, you're good.
You can keep talking about the ridiculousness of that one.
Oh no, I will stir a little bit of shit, Greg. We had AEW and WWE on the same time slot. And I know for a fact so many people are upset about stupid shit like the ratings. What I saw was that professional wrestling on a weird ass night like a Tuesday drew 1.5 million viewers. We shouldn't be talking about the fact that people were brought onto NXT that aren't normally there, because that's a developmental show. Developmental shows have a lot of talent come down occasionally. Technically, it's been seen quite often with NXT because they've been putting people like Becky Lynch, Dana Brooke, Baron Corbin. You know, they've been sending people back down to NXT. And yeah, it draws a little bit of eyes, but doesn't necessarily draw as much eyes as it did last night. AEW only getting 600,000 viewers. That is a typical AEW Dynamite. I don't see why people are upset, why people are joking over each other over wrestling. We had a very damn good night of wrestling last night. I got to watch both shows, and both of them knocked it out of the park, regardless of talent. Other than that, really am looking forward to Luck of the Draw, something I have never done before in my life. I've watched the couple ones that Greg has on his channel. Oh, that was a bad voice crack.
What's up?
Oh, I was talking about your Luck of the Draw.
Ah.
I did shoot a little bit of shit about the fact that AEW and WWE had really good nights last night, but...
Oh, there you go. But yes, after this last law, we will plug Luck of the Draw one more time, and then next week it'll be that time.
It'll be Luck of the Draw.
Yeah. All right. So the final law from the state of Mississippi. Unnatural intercourse, if both parties voluntarily participate, results in a maximum sentence of 10 years and $10,000.
Okay. 10 years in jail or prison?
What's the difference?
Good point, but oh my God.
10 years or jail or in prison? I don't know, Maddie.
I mean, depending on where you are, prison's worse, but holy shit. So, just different style of intercourse is... So I'm assuming this falls under the anything but missionary, yeah?
I would guess, like, it's...
Because we've had one other state that was like anything but missionary is unlawful.
I feel like it's definitely anything but missionary. In fact, I feel like it's hitting it from behind, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Mississippi, what the hell are you smoking? Must be some good bayou weed.
A lot of people better say bayou to the state of Mississippi for these laws. These are...
Oh, fuck. That was a good one, Greg.
I try. Yeah. First of all, who is like going out and searching for this house?
Yeah, no. Who is being the pervert going window to window going? Not they're doing missionary. Like taking tabs, writing down their addresses and going normal. No way. Citation.
Nope.
It's not even a citation.
Butt stuff is happening. Nope. Can't
Butt
do it.
stuff is happening. Dude, it's anything but missionary, I'm assuming. So, like, again, even a little head is gonna get you in prison for jail or prison for 10 years, and you have to pay $10,000 just for a little head.
These laws have to be incredibly old. They have to be. Like they can't be. They can't have happened like during the Clinton years. You know what I mean? These have to be like. Although it would have made sense if it was during the Clinton years.
Dude, it's just so weird. Like a lot of these laws are still incredibly old because there's no way they're still hanging people out in Mississippi.
I think the worst part about this law is if both parties voluntarily.
Yeah, if both parties are voluntary. That means both participants.
Yeah, it's like they're willing to do it. because otherwise it would be rape, which is illegal already.
It's bad. These people are consensual.
Yeah, like how can you complain about consensual sex? You can't. You shouldn't be able to. It's weird
You
if you
shouldn't be able to. Who are you?
Who are you if you're judging other people for how they enjoy themselves?
Yeah, but if it's non-consensual, then yeah, stop them. Throw them in jail easily. Like that's a no-brainer. But if they're both into it, then leave them alone. Weirdos.
Jesus fucking Christ. That's a whole nother level, Mississippi.
I never thought I would have to go on a rant about freaking consensual sex on this show, but you know.
Hey, we're the Greg Cherry Show. We get a little bit of everything on here.
Well,
Speaking of
yeah.
a little bit of everything, blinding segue. Look at the draw.
Well, you can't have too much of everything if you're in Mississippi.
Oh God.
Anyway, yeah, those are the weird state laws of Mississippi. Next
This is
week
without a doubt the weirdest state we've had yet.
is the weirdest state. But if you want something weird next week, this is going to be completely weird. It is a very special edition of the Greg Cherry Show. I am looking forward to it. I know Maddie, Jeff, and Daisy are completely looking forward to it because this is probably the most excitement I've seen among contestants in a long time playing this game. And I am here for it. I absolutely love it. Like, one of the things that means more to me than anything is when people want to do something that I created. Like, I'm going to tear up. Like, this is going to be so much fun. Like, I know it's only 4 of us, but I kind of want it to become a thing. Like, whether or not I participate every year instead of just host is one thing, but
To be able to do this at least once a year.
yeah, I want to be able to do this to a point where we can just invite other people who actually want to play. So yeah, it'll definitely be the benchmark. We'll see if we do it again next year after this. I really want everybody to, like, tell your friends, tell your neighbors. I know I tell you that a lot to tune into this show, but this one in particular is very, very, very special to me. So please check out next week's show. Same time, 7 o'clock Eastern. We may not go the full hour, so if you're a little bit late, you may miss the actual, like, live presentation of it. Because that's all I'm planning for next week. It's just the game, and then once the game's over and we BS for a couple minutes,
We're all taking showers.
yeah. And you're not watching that. So
I mean,
that is premium tier content.
pay me enough. I'll leave the stream on for myself.
If Maddie wants to get us thrown off of YouTube, it's a $5,000 straight to the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. It wouldn't be streamed on YouTube. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
I can shower in my shorts.
Yeah. Nobody tell Josh. He'll empty his life savings. But anyway, thank you very much for joining us on this special Greg Cherry Show. A little bit of an overrun because there's no Dynamite tonight. So
yeah, no, it's kind of weird, and I know I've seen a lot of people say that it's weird to not have wrestling on tonight, but damn, last night was just good to have 2 shows that succeeded.
Yeah,
like like ratings don't mean shit in this day and age. They really don't.
no, it's just find what you like. Like, if you like WWE, watch WWE. If you like AEW, watch AEW. If you like them both, try and watch them both. Tape one of them and watch the other one live.
And
like,
go watch independent wrestling. Go support the indies. You have one by you, I guarantee, wherever you are.
The discourse over professional wrestling is ridiculous. Like, it does not need to happen. Like, you don't watch the NFL and then you look at, like, the Canadian Football League and be like, oh, what a bunch of amateurs. You don't look like that. It's like, listen, football's football. Like, I will watch it.
I watch the XFL, damn it.
Yeah, the USFL was on like a few months ago, and I watched that.
Dude, that was on in a bar that I was at, and I'm like, holy shit, I got football in fucking March?
Yeah, watching the USFL was awesome.
I was happy. Just watching people drop dimes during the spring and summertime was cool.
Yeah. So I don't have a team in the USFL yet, so I
am not in the USFL, not for me, but for the XFL, I'm a diehard St. Louis Battlehawks.
Are the XFL and another group merging? Like I thought.
The USFL.
Oh, well, there you go.
They're going to be merging, and that's a larger talent pool and a possibility for another 6 teams.
Yeah.
So I'm all for it, dude.
Hey, if Pittsburgh gets an XFL team, I'm going to support it.
If Denver gets an XFL team, I'll support it.
There you go. All right. Don't forget, next week's show, the big one, it's Luck of the Draw. We are going live at 7 o'clock Eastern. We are going to play until 3 of us are covered in chocolate syrup. Whichever 3 of us that'll be, you'll find out next week.
I mean, by the end of the show, I'm guaranteeing I'm at least going to have eggs on me.
We will very much see. It's going to be, again, one of the most chaotic episodes we've done. And it's not going to look very professional, but you know what?
This isn't about professionalism. This is about fun.
Well, this also isn't a professional show.
Not yet.
Not yet. If we win the lottery, we're doing this big time. We're inviting people. We're actually having a table, and we're gonna have overhead cameras.
Fuck yeah!
It's gotta be a production, damn it. But also, if you're not familiar with Luck of the Draw, go check out the episodes on my YouTube channel. I have a playlist of all the episodes that we've done. There's also a 2-hour video of every punishment that Luck of the Draw has ever done. So go check that out.
Hold on. I know this probably won't pop up in like weird state laws because I know where this is. I had a friend just send me that in Poplar Bluff, Missouri, you cannot be homeless. If you are caught, you do pay a fine and go to prison. It's on their code violations notice.
Wow. So it's not just Mississippi, it's Missouri.
It's not just Mississippi, it's Missouri as well. Holy shit.
Unbelievable. Well, until next week, when it'll be chocolate covered, you'll either get a chocolate covered cherry, you'll get chocolate covered Maddie, a chocolate covered Meacham, or a chocolate covered Daisy. You're gonna get 3 of those at least.
You're gonna get 3 of the 4, guaranteed.
And if you send in enough money, maybe you'll get all 4. There you go. There's some incentive for next week. But until then, we thank you very much for joining us. We will see you next week with the messiest card game that you will ever see on the Greg Cherry Show. So until next week, have a good night. Don't be a jag. And we will see you next week for Luck of the Draw. Have a good night.
Stay safe, stay healthy, stay hydrated.
Those